What's running? This is Budget T, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And I'm here coming at you with the Fulham preview. Why have I got a bag of tacos sitting right next to me? I do not have a fucking clue. Let's get this the hell out of shot. And speaking of shots, hopefully Leeds are going to be popping off a good few shots into that Fulham goal, because we need to hit them hard. We need to hit them fast. We need to get some goddamn goals under our belt, because it's been rotten recently. Even though we got the 3 points on the weekend against Southampton, we should have put them away a lot sooner. We relied on an absolute wonder goal from an absolute wonder player, Senior Firpo. Yes, Senior Firpo managed to save us on the weekend, but that really doesn't tell the tale of the story, because Southampton were manhandled, dominated, outplayed, outgunned, outworked throughout the entirety of the match. Virtually barely had a sniff in front of our goal. We really didn't create that many killer chances. That creative midfielders that I'm still talking about. Look, our midfield is great. Tyler Adams, immense. Weston McKennie, immense since he's joined. But the final ball, that bit of creativity, that bit of spark, that bit of killer instinct in front of goal, it's still missing. We still failed to score enough goals. We still failed to put Southampton away until the dying embers of the game, where we nicked a goal. And that is just simply not good enough. So against Fulham, hopefully Javi Gracia now had a bit more time under his hand, albeit a few more days, so not a crazy amount of extra time. Maybe he could have started working on a few things in terms of getting those players a bit more sharp in front of goal. One of the players that I think he is going to try and deploy more, as we saw on the weekend, is Brendan Aronson. Apparently he has been very fond of him in training. He has thought he's trained very well, and it looks like he is going to be putting him back into the fray. Ironically enough, although he is Jesse Marsh's boy and meant to be Jesse Marsh's version of Mason Mount and what he was to Frank Lampard, he'd actually dropped Brendan Aronson, and now it looks like that a new manager's come in. He's liked what he's seen in training, and he's going to put him back in the squad. Now, is there an argument to be had that he is not up to it physically? Yeah, he is not up to the Premier League. I mean, I can understand that argument at times. He does look like he is bodied off the ball too easily. He does possess qualities in terms of dribbling and a little bit of creativity in terms of his final through ball, but not really that same kind of guy that's going to slow it down and pick that killer pass. Nonetheless, I need to see a bit more from him. I do need to see a bit more from Brendan Aronson. He is not providing enough in front of goal for me, and whether that be creating chances, whether it be getting assists, getting goals himself, scoring, he is not doing that enough. And in that midfield position, he has got to be doing that for me. I'm not expecting him to do the dog work. That is for McKennie and Adams to do. With you, my son, I need you a bit further forward. I need you getting Leeds involved on the attack and doing something. And he could have had a decent chance the other day if McKennie didn't mess up the pass to him, but I still need to see that little bit more from him. Do I think that Somerville should be the one dropped for him? Definitely not. That is one thing that I do not agree with Javi Gracia already on. Not playing Somerville from the start. Now, whether you drop Jack Harrison or you drop Brendan Aronson, I don't know which one. But in the big games in the league, I think you've got to be playing Somerville off the Somerville starting. And I think you've got to be playing Nonto starting as well. Although Nonto himself has hit a bit of a rough patch of form since everyone was giving him those plaudits earlier on in the season. How do I think we'll deploy against Fulham? I think we will change a few of the players, and I think we should change a few of the players. I think we should still keep a strong lineup, because, don't get me wrong, Fulham, although they're chasing Europe, they're still relatively safe in the Premier League, and they'll want to give the FA Cup a good run. I also want to give the FA Cup a good run. I don't want to take Fulham lightly. I want to win the game. I'm still very fixated on Saturday. I'm still very fixated on Chelsea and getting 3 points there, because I'm petrified of the position that we are in the league right now. It's a positive time on the weekend, and we will get into that later on in the week, obviously, in a bit more depth, with how Everton and Nottingham Forest are playing each other. So there's opportunities there where one of them is guaranteed to drop points. So that's big for Leeds. And I think we really do need to capitalise on that by beating Chelsea. And I do want to save a couple of our players for that game. However, having said that, winning breeds winning. I think it's important that we get a win today again. I mean, my mind strikes back to when we just beaten Bournemouth and Liverpool in the league, and then we played that really second string team against Wolves and we lost, and then we went and lost the next few days after that to Spurs. You know, I think you need to keep that winning momentum going. You need to keep chugging along, keep getting that chugging those 3 points up. And listen, there are 3 big teams left. We were in the last 16 teams. There are 3 big clubs left aside from Leeds. Spurs? Pretty weird calling them a big club, huh? City? Again, pretty weird calling them a big club. And Manchester United, who unfortunately are the biggest club. So those are the 3 big dogs in it. And there's probably a decent likelihood that one of them mess up tomorrow and there could only be 2 left. This is a big opportunity where Leeds actually could get to the final. Javi Gracia himself has already been to the final with Watford. Could he do it again? I mean, I was speaking about this with my dad earlier. Could you imagine a Leeds versus Scum FA Cup final? Oh, mate, that would be magical. That would be something that you would tell your grandkids about. That would be something that lives the test of time for 50, 60, 70 years. That would be mental. But obviously, I would want Leeds to still be in the league, guaranteed at that point. So, if we could do very well in the Cup, and then in these next few weeks in the league, start to build something, get ourselves safe, get ourselves going through in the Cup. Maybe this could be a decent season after all. Maybe we could just salvage something great out of this season. Who knows? There's still a little sniff of a chance, and that's the beauty of being in these Cup competitions, especially the FA Cup. It always gives you that little bit of hope, a little bit of something to aim for, and something to get a feel-good factor going in the club. Because although a lot of us are probably focusing on the league, and I want to hear what you guys have to say about whether you really care about this Cup game right now. For me, when I first remembered that we were playing in the Cup, because of how focused I've been on this battle and everything, and us getting a new manager and everything has been going wrong with the club, especially after or before and just after that Southampton game, I was kind of a bit deflated. I was like, this really isn't the right time, because I just really want us to be focusing on the league right now and getting those points and building some momentum in the league, which we really, really need to do. But now that it's here, I do still want us to do it, man. I think it's such a good opportunity. We win this, we're in the quarterfinal. 1 game away from Wembley. Come on. 1 game away from Wembley if we win this. That is mental. That is mental. And there's a couple of bad teams left in it. We could get a decent run. You know, maybe Sheffield United beat Spurs. And we get Paul Heckingbottom in the quarterfinal. Imagine the scenes, mate. Imagine the scenes. Boys. I really want us to do this. And I feel we can. I know Fulham are doing alright in the league, but it's Fulham. It's Fulham. Come on. Fulham are nothing special. I don't care. I don't care who they've got, man. I can't even pronounce the guy's name, and he's scored in a few games in a row. Ooh, big deal, man. Ooh, you're 6th. Ooh, you're trying to get into the Europa League. You're Fulham. I don't care what you do, who you sign, who you say you are. You're Fulham at the end of the day. Fulham. Your stadium literally looks like a retirement village. I do not want to hear it. Craven Cottage is not a stadium full of champions, full of winners. You are Fulham FC. And Fulham FC get battered 10 times out of 10 by Leeds United. And it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. I don't care who they say they are. They're still Fulham. There's no way we should be going into this with any fear at all. They're not some masters. They're having a good season. That's it. We're having a bad season. They're having a good season. In a few years, we'll be back to where they are. Come on. Let's attack them. Let's go for the jugular. Let's get some momentum going. Let's get some form going. Let's get those boys realising that they can score goals. Let's get some magic going. Come on, you can feel the magic in the air. Javi Gracia is starting to build something. He's starting to build some momentum. Vamos Carajo is back at Ellen Road. Although we're not going to be playing at Ellen Road, but at Ellen Road. And I can sense a big, big win on our hands. I think we're going to do him 2-0. I think we're going to do him 2-0. We're going to keep another clean sheet. Which, ironically enough, I didn't even think about the fact that we kept a clean sheet against Southampton. Wow, would you believe it? We're going to get another 2 goals, and Senior Fopo is going to get himself on the score sheet again. And he's going to top that off with an assist as well. 2-0 Fulham for me. Let me know your scores and doors down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers.